Let's talk about mosasaurs. They're large, they're scary, and they're an important part of why the ocean is the way it is today. But how exactly did these ancient monsters shape our modern oceans? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, welcome to Paleo Logic. In this series, we cover all things ancient and all things cool. It's from dinosaur discoveries to fossil finds to everything else in between. And today we're talking about mosasaurs. Now let's dive into today's topic. We often hear about the dinosaurs when it comes to the age of the dinosaurs. But there was another group of animals that lived among the dinosaurs. A group that actually spent most of their time away from the dinosaurs, the mosasaurs. These massive marine reptiles dominated the oceans during the last few million years of the Cretaceous period. They're part of a larger group of reptiles called the squamata, which includes lizards and snakes. And the largest of these mosasaurs could grow over 50 feet in length, about the size of a school bus, and weigh around 40,000 pounds. Heavier than a T-Rex, that's pretty big. One of the most famous mosasaurs is the Mosasaurus hoffmani. This species got its start around 82 million years ago in what is now North America. But over the next 30 million years, it would spread around the globe, showing up all the way in Europe, Asia, and Africa. This species grew to a maximum length of 55 feet and reached its peak during the Campanian stage of the Cretaceous period, around 80 to 76 million years ago. Another fan favorite is the Mosasaurus conodon. It was first discovered in 1859 in Texas and later in 1889 in Kansas. This species was a little smaller than Hoffman's Mosasaurus, reaching a maximum length of just under 40 feet. What sets the conodon apart from other mosasaurs is its very long, narrow snout, similar to a modern-day swordfish. This long bill gave this mosasaurus a distinctive look. And finally, we have the Mosasaurus de monstros. This species was first found in 1824 near Antwerp in Belgium. And although it looks similar to the previous mosasaurs, it's actually a lot smaller, maxing out at around 26 feet in length. This Mosasaurus was a pretty late bloomer, appearing in the fossil record around 70 million years ago and going extinct only 3 million years later. And even though there are 3 main species of mosasaurs that stand out, there are also at least 14 other recognized species, as well as several more awaiting classification. So the mosasaurs were widespread and diverse, but what made them so successful? Well, let's take a step back in time and find out. Around 82 million years ago, mosasaurs were not the dominant force in the oceans. In fact, they were relatively small compared to their future selves. At the time, the oceans were full of large predatory reptiles like ichthyosaurs, pliosaurs, and mosasaurs, and these creatures overshadowed the mosasaurs. However, around 80 million years ago, a mass extinction shook the Earth and caused the demise of many marine organisms. One of the main culprits behind this extinction was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, but it wasn't the only cause. There was also significant volcanic activity at the same time. Together, these two factors caused a cascade of extinctions worldwide. In the aftermath of this extinction event, mosasaurs were presented with an opportunity. With many competitors gone, they could adapt to new ecological niches and thrive. Over the next 20 million years, they took full advantage. The mosasaurs began to diversify rapidly and gave rise to the gigantic forms we know today. They dominated the oceans, chasing down prey and ruling the seas. But what exactly did they eat? Well, a lot. Mosasaurs were voracious predators that fed on a wide range of prey, including fish, mollusks, and other marine reptiles. They were especially fond of hunting ammonites, a type of extinct cephalopod similar to squid and octopus. The mosasaurs would chase down their prey, using their powerful tails to maneuver in the water, then snatch them up with their sharp teeth. But they didn't always have it easy. Some of their prey, like sea turtles, had hard shells that were difficult to crack. But nothing stopped the mighty Mosasaurus from trying. In fact, fossilized evidence suggests that some mosasaurs developed specialized feeding techniques to tackle these challenges. It's like biting off of the limbs of their prey. And even though mosasaurs hunted other sea reptiles, sometimes they weren't successful. Ichthyosaurs and pliosaurs fought back, leaving scars and injuries on mosasaur skeletons. These encounters left marks that tell the story of intense battles in the ancient seas. But despite their power and success, The Mosasaurs' reign came to an abrupt end around 66 million years ago with the end of the Cretaceous period. This mass extinction, triggered by an asteroid impact, caused drastic changes in the environment and led to the disappearance of many marine and terrestrial creatures, including the Mosasaurs. And even though the Mosasaurs are no longer with us, their impact on the oceans is still being felt. You see, the Mosasaurs were a critical part of the food webs in their time. As the top predators, they kept populations of other animals in check and helped maintain balance in the ecosystem. However, with their sudden disappearance, this balance was disrupted and the oceans were thrown into chaos. Suddenly, there were fewer predators to control the numbers of prey animals, leading to an explosion in their populations. This surge in numbers put a strain on the available resources and altered the dynamics of the ecosystem. But this wasn't the only impact the Mosasaurs had on the oceans. Their presence also played a crucial role in the evolution of other marine creatures. For instance, the Mosasaurs' predatory behavior drove some species to evolve defensive adaptations such as shells or armor to protect themselves from attacks. This evolutionary pressure led to the emergence of new traits that helped other creatures survive. In essence, the Mosasaurs were like architects of the oceans, shaping the very structure of the marine ecosystem through their interactions with other species. With their disappearance, these structures were disrupted and the oceans were forever changed. It's amazing to think that these prehistoric monsters roamed the waters so long ago, but their legacy lives on in the animals that inhabit our oceans today. Even though the Mosasaurs aren't around anymore, we still see animals that fill similar roles in the food web. Take sharks, for example. Sharks are the apex predators of today's oceans, and they play a vital role in maintaining balance in the ecosystem. Similarly, the actions of killer whales also shape the behavior and evolution of other marine creatures. These modern-day whales are intelligent and social animals that hunt in groups, much like the Mosasaurs did in their time. So while the Mosasaurs are gone, their spirit lives on in the animals that share similar characteristics and behaviors. It's a testament to the enduring impact these ancient creatures had on the oceans and the remarkable adaptability of life itself. The disappearance of the Mosasaurs opened the door for new life to flourish. After the mass extinction that marked the end of the Cretaceous period, the oceans were teeming with opportunities for new species to emerge and thrive. With the Mosasaurs gone, there were fewer predators to compete with and a host of prey animals that needed to be controlled. This shift allowed smaller marine animals to flourish and diversify, laying the foundation for the complex web of life we see today. For example, bony fishes, or Osteoceus, experienced a burst of evolution after the extinction event. They filled the void left by the departing reptiles and radiated into hundreds of different forms. Similarly, marine mammals, including early whales and seals, took center stage. They evolved quickly, taking advantage of the new ecological opportunities presented by the changing times. These mammals became the new stars of the oceans, showcasing the incredible diversity and adaptability of life. The timing of this extinction event was also crucial. It happened at a pivotal moment in Earth's history, setting the stage for the rise of mammals on land and the diversification of bony fishes in the water. The removal of mosasaurs and other large marine reptiles paved the way for these groups to shine, shaping the course of evolution and giving rise to the magnificent creatures we see today. The story of the Mosasaurs is a tale of adaptation, resilience, and ultimately extinction. These ancient marine reptiles dominated the oceans for millions of years, but their reign came to an abrupt end around 66 million years ago. And while the Mosasaurs may be gone, their impact on the world beneath the waves is more significant than you might think. From shaping food webs to influencing the evolution of other marine creatures, the Mosasaurs played a pivotal role in the history of our oceans. Understanding their story not only gives us a glimpse into the past, but also helps us appreciate the interconnectedness of life on Earth, even after millions of years. The echoes of these ancient giants resonate in the world beneath the waves, reminding us of the ever-evolving nature of our planet and the profound impact of even the smallest changes in the grand tapestry of life. We hope you enjoyed learning more about mosasaurs and their surprising impact on our modern oceans. And if you'd like to learn more about ancient beasts, please consider subscribing and checking out some of our other videos. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Keep exploring and stay curious.